I freed 1,000 slaves. And I could have freed 1,000 more if they only knew they were slaves. As I've come up through the pages of history into today's time, I can see the condition of my people done got worse. Ain't no respect for elders like me no more. There was a time back in the day where all I had to do was say the word. And the younger generations, they did what they were told or they were dealt with. If you weren't on the same page as Harriet, you were left behind. Now I see today even the elders, those who should have took my place, they just as bad as the young'uns. No respect, no culture, no appreciation for what we had to go through, what we had to endure. I see my people trying to be just like the people we were running from. Trying to fit right in. I don't think they know who these people are. And worse yet, they don't know who they are. You see, back then we knew who we were. And those who didn't accept it, they were left behind. They didn't call me Moses for nothing. I told Pharaoh it was time to let my people go. And I think they understood me loud and clear. Our young'uns today, even our old ones, it appears though they're in some type of mind warp, dwelling in a place called La La Land. They didn't know what we were up against back then, and they don't know what we up against now. When the Bible says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. If only my people knew what that meant. The word says, if my people, which are called by my name, would humble themselves and pray, and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, only then will I hear from heaven and forgive their sin and heal their land. But our people, they are destroyed. And they are being destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And the worst part about it is they reject knowledge. And the Most High, He said, if you reject knowledge, I will reject you and your children. And that's exactly what we see happening. Our children are being rejected because they were neglected by their moms and their dads, refusing to teach them what's right. You got our men treating our women like they ain't nothing but common trash. You wouldn't have got away with nothing like that back in my day. No, you wouldn't have. And then you got some women who are fitting right into the mold, to the very thing that they hate to be called. Molding right into the image of the enemy. see, there wasn't no pride in being master's whore in my time. Only disgust. But right now, today, you got our women proud to be master's whore. Our men wouldn't dare look at master's woman. But now our men sniffing after master's woman, coming in unto her, and completely disregarding the laws of the Most High Yah. I know y'all don't want to hear it because you're a stubborn generation. It's very clear in the Bible what we're supposed to be doing and what we ain't supposed to be doing. But y'all don't want to hear that. Now that I see more clear, I see this Christian garbage that they fed us. They took our Bible and they called it the Christian Bible when it was our Bible. Sure, they're in the story too. They got their place in the story. But see, they take our story and they make it theirs. And they give us what they want us to have. They give us the part they want us to have. And that's the part we trying to play. We supposed to be the part and play the part that the Most High gave us. We are the children of Israel. I was Moses in my day, and I'm Moses now. And I'm telling Pharaoh to let my people go. But my people saying I don't want to be let go. I'm happy in my bondage. I want to be just like Massa. I want to conform to Massa's world when the Bible said, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your mind ain't being renewed and you can't figure out why. Our neighborhoods are the worst. Now it's in the Bible. The story's been told, but you don't want to hear it. The pestilence cleaving unto us. Our young men are in the streets like wild bulls. Our women can't stand what they look like, so they're trying to look like somebody else. They're trying to look like the slave master's woman. Our men can't stand what our women look like, so they're going after slave master's woman. And while we sitting here conforming to this world is eating us alive. They're killing us. They done made it so we can't even defend ourselves. They're killing our young men, our young women, our old. And all we can do as a people is wallow in our foolishness. We sit back and we establish our own righteousness where Yah already told us what was righteous. He already told us what we were supposed to be doing, but we done rewrote the story. We done created our own book because we love Massa too much. And we hate our Father. Because he said, if you love me, you will keep my commandments. But we are following after the commandments of man, the traditions of man. And this is why the curse of generational curses have been falling us. This is why when we look at each other, we hate each other. We can't stand what we see. We look at everybody else and we admire what we see. Even though the Bible told us that the world was going to hate us, and they've proven it, and they've stood up to what they believe. That hate, they have perpetuated it. They have continued it. They have a perpetual hatred, and they stand by it. But we, on the other hand, we so sorry and so sick. We think the Bible actually meant that if somebody shoot one of your kids dead in the streets like a dog and call them a nigger on top of it, we actually believe that the Bible says you're supposed to love that kind of enemy. But let me serve notice on you. You don't know what you talking about. That enemy that was hunting us down in the woods while we was trying to break free. You crazy as hell if you think my father wanted me to drop to my knees and bow down and pray for the slave master while he had his dogs on my heels trying to kill me and mine. That's why I got this here gun. Because the slave master knew that if he came after Harriet, he had a fight on his hands. What's love got to do with it? We can't even love our own people, but we so busy loving people who can't stand us. They hate us so bad they made us their slaves. Separated our families. Raped our women. Killed our children. Used our babies to catch alligators. And we are so destroyed in our minds that we think we're supposed to forgive that kind of hatred. See what the Father meant when he said forgive. If you look at the precept for that, he was telling the Israelites this hatred and this inability to forgive your own kin. I want you to put that past you. To love your fellow brethren, the Israelites. He wasn't talking about our other enemies. When those Canaanites was after us and those Philistines, when Goliath was after David, when the Amalekites was after us, do you think the Most High told the children of Israel back then to drop to their knees and pray for those enemies? Do you think before David slew Goliath that he declared how much he loved him? Come on now, people. Y'all need to get a grip on your mind. The enemy is messing with you up here. You don't know what direction to go in. You hate your own people, but you love the people that persecute our people. What kind of sense are you making, people? It is high time to awake out of your sleep. The curses done took hold of you. You don't know you're slaves. I'm trying to free you. Like I said before, I freed 1,000 of you. But I can free 1,000 more. Or 1,000,000 more. Or 10 million more. If only you knew you were a slave.